My name is Stacey and I'm 11 years old.
Hello, my name is Abigail and I'm 11 years old.
Hi, my name's Leanne and I'm 9 years old.
And what school do you go to?
Old Oak.
My name's Osman, everyone calls me Ozzy.
I'm Joe Brown, and I'm the head teacher of Old Oak Primary School.
Right, I'm Sebastian. I've got business in East Acton Station.
So my name is Lizzie Hepworth and I work at Old Oak Primary School.
Shaya, nice to meet you. I'm Elle. And what's your name? Lovely to meet you, Elle.
You guys live really close.
I live close.
You live close?
Yeah, I live close. Close.
Yeah.
We're going. Let's start that again.
This is East Acton Stories, Life in Lockdown, a podcast exploring the experiences and sharing the voices of residents and friends of the area through what has been a time of great difficulty and unpredictable change. And me, I'm Elle, and you'll hear me popping up here and there, asking questions and occasionally weaving things together. But really, the stories and the voices that you'll hear speak for themselves. I'm recording this in early September, just for some context. And there's already been so many stages to this experience for all of us, and there will undoubtedly be many more. So, where to start? And as with any story, it makes sense to start at the beginning. We recorded a lot of what you're going to hear in June, when things had started to ease slightly. But we really wanted to know, how was it at the start? And what's the effect of those early, total stages of lockdown? Episode 1, Shutdown.
Well, my name's Osman, everyone calls me Ozzy. I work for Bubble and Squeak, helping out providing food, educational material, and just fun stuff for like kids and parents in the local area of East Acton and some of the wider community as well. I kind of anticipated that we was going to go into lockdown already. A week before the lockdown, I was in Spain. I went on holiday for my birthday. And as soon as I come back, everything just got locked down. I remember hearing the broadcast from Boris Johnson. I was like, wow. Do you know what, to be honest, first thing I done, I brought a whole load of food. And I just made sure that my fridge was stocked up, and yeah.
What did you stock up with? Just everything?
Mainly chicken.
A big load of chicken.
Mainly chicken. My whole thing is I wanted to avoid going out, like minimising the amount of times I was going out, because obviously I've got my little boy as well, and I wanted to shield him as much as possible. The first 3-4 weeks of lockdown, he stayed at his mum's because everyone was very paranoid, didn't know much about the coronavirus or if it was safe to go out. So it was, I think the first 4 weeks was probably the hardest because I didn't really get to spend time with him, and then it was the whole thing of not going to work, not knowing what to do, trying to keep myself occupied as well. Done a bit of gardening, landscaping, learned how to make donuts. I know, just random stuff.
Donuts?
Yeah.
That's, to be fair, of all the skills that come out of lockdown,
learned how to make donuts, that's it.
It was like worrying, you know.
Because it feels so out of your control, doesn't it?
Exactly. Where to go as well? You think, you can get a plane and go over somewhere else and then come back a couple of months later. It was like scary.
So my name is Lizzie Hepworth and I work at Old Oak Primary School. I'm currently a Year 1 teacher going into Year 2 next year, and I'm the English coordinator. Right at the start of this, when school first closed, I then found out someone in my building was quite poorly with this. And so I then wasn't allowed to come into school for the first 2 weeks. I had to isolate at home, just in case. Obviously, Mr. Brown, the head teacher, needed to keep everybody safe, so that decision was made. And I then found it hard after those 2 weeks. Then it was Easter holidays, so that was 2 more weeks of not being in school. And then after like 4 weeks, I found it really hard. I was quite anxious, going places. And obviously in those 4 weeks, shops changed, one-way systems, everywhere else was closed. So I went into this isolation. I went home one day just thinking, maybe school will be shut for a while. And it wasn't until 4 weeks later that I kind of emerged from my dwelling and thought, this is quite scary. I mean, you soon get used to it, don't you? You've got no choice.
I'm Sebastian. I've got a business in East Acton Station called Pizzeria Cafe. We are not busy, so I have to fire a few people. Before I used to have like 3 employees, so it's really quiet. We used to be really busy. Yeah. Before the lockdown, we used to be busy. Yeah. I don't have enough staff. I mean, I work myself a lot, so I'm more tired, do more hours, because I have to do everything myself. So that's not easy. It's not. I don't have time for myself. I work like 7 in the morning till 9, 10 o'clock. For everyone, it's not easy with this lockdown. I had a lady last week. She was looking for a job. She was willing to do anything, like learning anything. She was desperate for a job. She didn't see her every day. Just like she ran out of a job and she was willing to learn everything. She needed desperate a job. I feel sad for her, but for people ringing on the phone, asking if I need any stuff, it wasn't like that before. People that don't realize what's happening here. Later on they don't realize how bad it is.
My name is Amelia. Well, I am a very independent person. I am over 70 and I was told straight away, you have to stay at home, don't go out. I live with my brother who is my care. So he was putting 2 meters here, 2 meters there. And so we sort of make appointments when I will be in the kitchen, when I will be in the loo, when I will be in the sitting room, when I will be in my chair, and when I will be in my bedroom. So we were apart, living on the same house. First for me, because it was new thing, I enjoy it. Later on, I had a problem that I come on financial problem. And also I get down on provisions and I couldn't go out to buy things or just to get things. I couldn't do anything.
I'm Joe Brown, and I'm the head teacher of Old Oak Primary School. I mean, it's been interesting because I now cycle into work, and it's been interesting to see how it's got busier and busier over the last few weeks and months. When, you know, the first day of lockdown, there was barely a car on the road, and it was quiet. It's been a long term because, funnily enough, though we've had only about possibly 10 to 12, 15% of the children in the school, we've probably been as busy as I've ever been in my working career. In terms of the school, it was trying to make sure that the children were felt happy, felt safe, and that it wasn't a massive leap from taking sensible precautions with the children without barking at them about staying away from their friends and don't touch this, do this, wash your hands. It was I'd like to think that we took a fairly sensible approach to the last few months in terms of the children's hygiene, personal hygiene, hand washing, etc. And at the same time allowed us to have some proper sort of learning time, but it also allowed them to enjoy themselves, I think, and not be too panicked about what's been going on outside, because of course there's going to be lots of anxieties amongst families and amongst parents, and we know families at this school have been affected personally by some of the tragic events in terms of family members passing away, so we're very acutely aware of that. So because of that, we've tried to be sensible with how we've treated children and staff, and made life as sort of normal as it can be.
Although these are only a few stories here, what we heard across the board, as you might guess, was just a sense that the beginning was really hard, isolating and strange and hard, whether you were working or isolated at home or with family. There was no point in pretending it wasn't difficult. But for some people, like these next 3, and I'm sure many more, due to the hard work of people like Mr. Brown and Lizzie, as you'll hear, there was a whole load of fun to be had, despite it all.
How's it been? Have you been at school
Yeah.
the whole time? Or how's it felt?
Kind of more fun, like a lot more fun.
Why?
Because we get to do like more fun activities. We get to eat like ice cream and ice lollies, and we have like water fights.
We had one today.
And have you been in school as well the whole time?
Yeah, me and Abigail been the whole time. Leanne came halfway through. Yeah, I came like halfway through.
So you were at home for the first bit?
Yeah, it was kind of boring. There was nothing to do apart from like watch stuff. We watched films and stuff. And we stayed up late a bit because like we didn't have to go to school. But then we went back to school and we started going to the dojo. My favorite part memory, I don't know. Playing ice cream. Oh, we go to the hall and we have like a colouring frame in there and there's like games. So. Leanne does gymnastics. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Not doing any learning.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
The people.
Guys, thank you so much. This was so great. Thank you so much. It's a bit weird me just shoving my phone at you through the gate. Like.
East Acton Stories Life in Lockdown was made by me, Eleanor Henderson, produced by the wonderful Eleanor Harrington, Old Oak Community Centre and the Peabody Trust, with generous support from United in Hammersmith and Fulham. See you next time.